All right, now to another top story, one of great importance. Nearly 100 major wildfires are burning out of control in a dozen western states, and some have turned deadly. As CBS's Danya Bacchus reports, officials hope cooler and less windy weather today will give firefighters a chance to contain some of the flames.
Talent, Oregon is one of a handful of towns destroyed by wildfires raging throughout the western United States.
This could be the greatest loss of human lives and property due to wildfire in our state's history.
A 12-year-old boy and his grandmother died in Marion County.
We're going to see and continue to see a lot of devastation and loss of life.
In Washington, 1-year-old Uriel Highland died when the Cold Springs fire tore through Okanagan County.
It makes you think of, where would I be if this was my child?
In the eastern part of the state, a wildfire is estimated to have destroyed 80% of the town of Malden.
Everything that we own over the past 20 years, gone.
This is a look at the devastation left behind by the Creek Fire, one of dozens burning in California. Cressman's, a landmark in the Fresno County mountains since 1904, was reduced to rubble, and officials say more than 300 structures have been destroyed.
Rattled nerves,
Brenda Hampton lost her home in the 2018 Camp Fire that killed 85. She again had to evacuate as the deadly bear fire rages nearby.
I just want to know where the rest of my family is.
At least 3 people have died. Hampton is still waiting to hear from her sons. She and her granddaughter spent the night outside a Walmart, ash blowing through the car window.
I played in ash.
In San Francisco, a sign of the historic wildfire season with orange skies blanketing the city. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Fresno County, California.
CBS News correspondent Lilia Luciano joins us now live from Phoenix, Oregon, one of the many cities on the West Coast reduced to ash. So give us a sense, Lilia, of what it's like in Oregon right now.
And Marie, it's what I have to say is the first thing that I'm seeing, and it's very smoky, thick, smoky air throughout the day yesterday and the night. Depending on where we were driving through, there are places that are just like the Bay Area. That the sky looks red, it's grim. There's small fires popping up almost everywhere. Yesterday we were driving around and everywhere you would look, there's these little brush fires and then larger fires up on the hills. This area here where I am, Phoenix, is a town that yesterday I met a few of the people who live here. It's a big Latino working community here. A lot of people don't have anywhere to go. We also met some people who lived in an elderly home, in a nursing home that was completely destroyed, burned to the ground. I talked to the owner or the administrator who said that he had to evacuate about 40 people. Imagine, the people who lived there have already endured the consequences of COVID, and it's already difficult for them. They're in their later stages of life, in their 80s and 90s. He had to evacuate them within 15 minutes. There's, of course, the roads are closed. There's concern for so many communities that don't know when the fire is coming to them. It's grim. And the experts here, I talked to somebody from the National Weather Service locally in Medford. He told me, this is the worst I've seen in my life.
Wow. Lilia, some of the images that we've seen just in the last day or two have been surreal. I've seen images that people have posted on social media taken from planes where the skies are a bright orange. I've seen photos of people around the Golden Gate Bridge and in the Bay Area where the sky is just orange and it looks like, frankly, looks like Mars. Oregon's governor says the next several days are going to be extremely difficult. So what are the biggest concerns that firefighters have in the state right now?
Imagine the whole state is on fire. Basically, you have fires in the north. Clackamas County, which is next to Portland, had nearly half of their population was evacuated. We're talking about a town of hundreds of thousands of people. I think almost 500,000 people that live there. How do you evacuate all those people? Where do they go? Just for us getting here, we were transitioning from covering the protests, and we tried to find masks and we couldn't. All the masks are gone in every hardware store that you can find. The resources are scarce. We're in the middle of a pandemic, so you're also dealing with safety precautions and things like that in hotels where people have to go to. And the major concern is, of course, the smoke. We're talking about very dangerous, unsafe air quality conditions that, of course, can accelerate, can worsen existing conditions or cause others. And again, we're in a pandemic where what you need the most healthy is your lungs. So there is pretty serious concern about the lingering consequences and the expansion of this fire, because of course the wind is very high. You're talking about really dry air, high heat, and super heavy wind. So embers fly all over the place and start sparking fires here and there and there and there. There's helicopters, there's planes, it's a massive effort, but it's so hard to contain.
We've been hearing stories of people getting stuck while trying to escape. I'm not sure which state, but I believe they found at least one body inside a car, and the belief is that this person was trying to escape. I've had people say to me, "Hey, listen, why don't people leave sooner? I don't think, when you're not from this area, you don't have a sense of how quickly the flames can move." Do firefighters have any advice for people who find themselves in a situation that they're trying to get out and they think they may be getting trapped?
Yeah, they always talk about, awareness. I've lived in California for 4 years, almost 5 years now. I've covered multiple fires, and every time that I go into towns that have been devastated by the fires, and when I talk to people, and what has happened here on the ground is people's main concern is not having fuel. Gas stations closed. I talked to a woman yesterday who went to 3 gas stations, were all closed. Her car was running out of gas. She finally made it. Another woman, same situation, in the northern part of the state. And yes, the people who have died, that was the case. The grandmother and the 12-year-old boy, we know from their family here in Oregon, in northern Oregon, that they were trying to evacuate, they were trying to escape, and the car wouldn't start. That is the biggest fear. Of course, I think the thing that firefighters and emergency management officials always say is have a go bag. Be aware, make sure that you are, it depends on where you live, but there are these services that, you get text messages, or if not, you can provide your phone number if the county can't reach you. Some rural, hard to reach areas don't have cell signal. So it's all about knowing, who is going to alert you, make sure you're following the news, have a go bag, be aware, alert of your surroundings, and certainly make sure to put gas in your car, especially if you're in an area that's prone to fires, to keep a full tank or enough to get out.
Remarkable reporting, and it's a consequential story. I'm glad we're spending some time talking about it here on CBSN, Lilia, and I'm glad you're there reporting for us. Thank you so much.